All right, everybody, welcome back for part 2. We're going over course recommendations and expectations. So you gotta have a laptop or a tablet, and you need high-speed internet. Important. The multiple choice quizzes do have a time limit on them. Also, there are no what we call prereqs. Prereqs are courses you have to take before you take this course. Some colleges actually require that you've taken a college-level English course before you take political science 1, because political science, history, sociology, psychology, those courses are all college transfer level courses. So you really should be up to a college level reading and writing skill. But at Merced College, we open those up, and even if you have not taken our college level English, we still allow you to enroll and take the course. That said, you do have to do college level writing. You have to cite your sources and your homework, and you are given college level reading material. So be prepared. You're going to have to synthesize information from various sources into a cohesive essay answers. You're going to have to be able to analyze college level reading material. You do need to treat your homework, including the discussion boards, as a college level assignment. So that means proofread, edit techniques that are up to and conform to college level writing. So again, you may struggle a little bit more if your reading and writing skills aren't up to college level, but again, it doesn't mean you can't pass and that you can't do well in this course. It just means you may need to do a little extra proofreading and revising and reviewing. Okay. Expectations. So in high school, a lot of what you learn is in the classroom and with a little homework. In college, you have a lot of homework and you learn a little in the classroom. It's completely flip-flopped. So please make sure that you do the reading, and I highly recommend doing the reading before you listen to the lecture. More of the lecture will sink in and make sense if you do that. And you need to do active reading. So that means, taking notes, annotating, writing chapter outlines, flashcards. I don't care how you do it, but somehow you need to engage with the reading, because I guarantee you, if you don't, you'll read the entire chapter and you'll discover the whole time you've been thinking about what you're going to do this weekend, or I don't know, what's the latest Netflix binge that you want to watch. Our brains have a hard time sometimes focusing, particularly if it's on information that we don't find interesting or that we find difficult. So engaged reading is key, right? Carefully preparing. Don't just jump to the homework. You need to collect your evidence. You need to cite your sources. You need to participate in a way that is demonstrating you understand and have done the required reading that pertains to the homework. Okay, mommy lecture over. We're moving on. Guidelines and etiquette for online discussion. So we are talking about politics. Politics can get heated. So read through these guidelines and etiquette requirements that I adopted from Dr. Susan Shaw a long time ago of Oregon State University. Generally speaking, I'm asking you, 1, to have academic level discussions. So that means we're discussing ideas. We're providing well-researched information to go along with our discussion. We're not calling people stupid and their ideas stupid. We're not doing personal attacks, because that's just not useful. We're having academic level discussion. We are being respectful of one another. We are being open-minded. We are listening as much as we are talking. And so what that means, obviously, listening is reading, but don't be thinking about what you're going to type in a rebuttal as you're reading, because if that's true, you're not actually listening as you read, right, to your peer's response. And making sure that we don't make any sort of a derogatory type of remarks or responses, right? And then we're being encouraging of one another to share our ideas, right? All political views are welcome, but we need to write and to discuss in a way that is respectful of one another. Okay, Zoom etiquette policy. We don't do a lot of live Zoom stuff, so it shouldn't apply, but if you do drop in for the office hours, aka tutoring hours, please make sure to note that the Zoom etiquette policy developed by Merced College applies. All right, accommodations. If you have accommodations at the high school, please make sure you reach out because those may transfer over to Merced College. So I gave you the phone number to both Merced and the LBDSS office. So that can be like extended time for tests. Lots of different things that they offer for students who, for example, are hearing impaired or anyways, just reach out if you have anything that you feel may get in the way of you being successful in the class. Oops, I accidentally closed this out. Okay. Moving on, academic misconduct. So any sort of cheating or plagiarism is an automatic 0 on the assignment that I find it on. And that means including plagiarizing the work of previous students who've taken this course. I've seen that. That means plagiarizing from online materials. I've seen that. You need to cite your sources. Please stick to the course material. The essay exams for the course require that you use course material only. Only. No Google, no Wikipedia, no Khan Academy, no none of that stuff in the essay exams. So as much as possible, I would recommend sticking to the course material for the class discussion homework because a lot of those questions transfer over to the essay exams, and it makes it more tricky if you've used a lot of outside sources in your homework, okay? 0 though. 0 on the exam, the assignment that I find it on, and I do, unfortunately, oftentimes find plagiarized material. So cite, paraphrase in your own words, but even if you paraphrase in your own words from a source, you still cite. If you looked it up, cite the source, okay? Sexual misconduct. Hopefully, you don't find yourself a victim of it or involved in it, but if you do or you witness it, there is a process by which you can report it to Merced College. We do have, obviously, a no toleration policy. All right, drop policy. This one gets tricky for my CCAP students because there's a lot of misconceptions out there at the high school in terms of taking a college class. So in a college class, you, as a college young adult student, have the right to drop the course. You can actually do it on your own through something called Web Advisor. Also, if you do not actively participate, I, the instructor, have the right to drop you, which can cause serious problems if this class is worked into your high school schedule. So please be aware that you can drop it and I can drop you. So if you don't finish the introduction assignment, I reserve the right to drop. I'll just assume you somehow got into the class on accident or are not aware you're in the class. And then beyond that, if you fail to log in at least once a week or you skip more than 2 weeks worth of homework, I also reserve the right to drop you. Now be careful. Skipping homework doesn't necessarily mean I will drop you. Sometimes students fall through the cracks. I don't, for whatever reason, 355 plus students, I don't catch it. And if you are in the class past what they call the last date to drop, you are going to get a grade for the course and it will be on your permanent college transcripts. So if for any reason you want to drop the course, make sure you do so and make sure you do so before the last date to drop. And I will send that date out in a Canvas message. Late work policy. So the discussion boards are weekly homework, and you get to skip up to 2 of your choosing. So because I allow that flexibility, I don't typically allow extensions on the weekly discussion boards. I will on a rare occasion if it's really extenuating circumstances, but generally I say, use your 2 skips wisely, how you see fit. If you get sick, or you got a lot of pressing homework in other classes, or you're out of town for some family trip or sporting event, right? Then you can utilize the 2 skips. For the quizzes and exams, I do short extensions if you email me before the due date, and you need to have a valid reason, okay? Okay, the next set of the orientation videos goes over just the fall schedule and our course outline. I was having issues with Canvas not displaying the formatting not holding when I copied and pasted it. So I just provided you guys with a link to the syllabus. So make sure you kind of read through. I try to stick to the same format throughout the class. So you guys will notice, like, for them every week, other than the introduction posts, the rest of them, the multiple choice quizzes are due on Fridays, and the discussions are due on Saturdays. So Fridays, Saturdays, Fridays, Saturdays. And then the essay exams, there's only 4 of them. Those are due on Sundays. So Friday quizzes, Saturday discussion, Sunday an essay exam if you have one. I like to stick to that because that gives you guys confidence of knowing that you're not missing anything. You know when the due dates are, right? There is a couple exceptions. Obviously, the last essay exam is on final exam week. I'm not going to go all the way up through Sunday on that because I have to turn grades in. I'll let you guys know way in advance when that due date will be. Most likely it'll be like a Wednesday or Thursday of final exam week, okay? So read through that. I do reserve the right to make any changes. I won't change, I won't shorten the due dates, but sometimes I tweak the supplemental reading a little bit. The due dates for the week, so each week has its own set of reading and assignments. Those also get sent out to you guys in weekly announcements. They get sent out as a Canvas message, and they get posted on the home screen, and they're in the module at the top where it says like week 2 assignment list. So this information is everywhere. There's really no excuse to not see it unless you're just not paying any darn attention, okay? One more quick note before I go. Please access the homework through modules. Access the homework through modules. Don't access the homework through the little to-do list that you see on the Canvas homepage. So when you log in, it'll have like your homework, any assignments, any due dates listed on the homepage. The problem with that is it takes you directly to the assignment, but it doesn't take you to the module attached to the assignment. So in my modules, I set it up so that you have to go through the lecture material and you have to go through any sort of the quizzes and stuff before you get to that, like the discussion questions. So they're set up in a sequential order. So if you go onto the home page and you click discussion 1, it tries to take you right to discussion 1 and it'll say it's locked. It's locked because you haven't gone through the modules. So click on our class website, click on the modules, start at the top of the module with, the part 1 lecture and click, go through, click next, go through, click next, go through, click next, and you can then get to the actual discussion questions. All right? And I do that because I want you to be aware that there is supplemental reading and lecture material that is attached to the weekly homework. I don't want you just going to the homework and Googling the questions. That's not the way this class structure works. So please keep that in mind. Okay, you got one more video. So the next one is going to go through the course grade.